Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to join everyone at today's ASEAN Swiss Peer Learning event. Thailand has served as the ASEAN Coordinator on Sustainable Development Cooperation since 2016, forging closer partnerships within ASEAN and with external partners on the sustainability agenda. However, efforts have been disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The impact has been unforgiving on hundreds of millions of lives, undoing our hard-won progress towards achieving the SDGs. International cooperation has suffered a setback, but as global vaccination is scaling up, the world can look forward to a return to normalcy, revive economies, and reconnect communities. It is now more important than ever to enhance cooperation on the sustainability agenda if we are to build back better and stronger. As we tackle the socio-economic impact of the pandemic, sustainability and sustainable development must continue to be a strategic priority throughout our response. This has been reflected in the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework recently adopted to underpin ASEAN's recovery from COVID-19. The framework embraces ASEAN's efforts to date in advancing sustainable development cooperation through promoting complementarities between the ASEAN Community Vision 2025 and the 2030 UN Agenda on Sustainable Development, or the so-called Complementaries Initiative. The aim is to develop cooperation linkages between relevant regional and global initiatives and frameworks to ensure that no one is left behind. The Complementarities Roadmap, developed in collaboration with UN ESCAP, identified potential actions and deliverables in 5+1 priority areas, namely poverty eradication, infrastructure and connectivity, sustainable management of natural resources, sustainable consumption and production, and resilience, with cooperation on capacity building cutting across all priority areas. Furthermore, Thailand and UNESCO have co-hosted the annual high-level brainstorming dialogue on the Complementarities Initiative since 2017 to serve as a regional platform for ASEAN member states, the ASEAN Secretariat, UN agencies, and other external partners of ASEAN to exchange views on how they can concretely advance sustainable development in the region. The ASEAN Center for Sustainable Development Studies and Dialogue also plays an important catalytic role in this regional endeavor, as is clearly evidenced in its partnership with Switzerland today. Thailand will continue to render our support to the center. Ladies and gentlemen, SDG 12 covers Sustainable or Responsible Consumption and Production, or RCP, which I earlier mentioned is a priority area under the Complementarities Initiative. This is crucial as ASEAN is considered an important global hub of manufacturing and one of the fastest growing consumer markets. To preserve the region's remarkable biodiversity and improve the quality of life of our people, we must seriously address the way business is conducted and the interaction between human and environmental systems. Against this backdrop, today's event is a good opportunity for exchanging experiences on advancing SDG 12 while complying with business and human rights practices consistent with the UN Guiding Principles on BHR. RCP and BHR must be part and parcel of business operations. We must ensure that businesses implement due diligence in all stages of their operations and that their supply and value chains are truly sustainable. Thus, the forum's emphasis on agri-food production is strongly welcomed. Agriculture is a major sector in ASEAN, as it accounts for around 25% of GDP and 40% of total employment in some ASEAN member states. Ensuring responsible business conduct in this sector is therefore important for our people's well-being and our region's prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, since the beginning of this year, ASEAN has entrusted Thailand to examine the Bio-Circular Green Economic Model as a strategy for ASEAN's post-COVID recovery and sustainable future growth. COVID-19 is a wake-up call for the need to adopt a sustainable and balanced way of living. The BCG model can be part of the solution as it aims to promote economic growth that is based on efficient use of resources, waste reduction, and low carbon emissions. Such an approach can also help to reduce environmental impacts, which could impede economic and social rights, including the rights to health and water. The BCG model neatly aligns with the targets of SDG 12. In this regard, I encourage participants to also look into how to promote synergy with the BCG model in your deliberations, including through sharing of best practices and knowledge on employment of green and innovative technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, sustainable development is cross-cutting by nature. Attaining it requires a cross-sectorial and multi-stakeholder approach of partnership for sustainability. At this forum, I believe we are heading in the right direction as all relevant stakeholders are present. To take forward cooperation on sustainable consumption and production under the Complementarities Initiative, Thailand will work towards promoting knowledge sharing between ASEAN and ASEAN's partners on relevant areas of the BCG model for such sectors as food and agriculture, renewable energy, manufacturing, and sustainable tourism. Such an undertaking will help enhance the capacity of ASEAN member states to achieve targets under SDG 12. In closing, I would like to thank Switzerland for co-hosting this event. Switzerland is a valuable partner of ASEAN and Thailand, particularly as we celebrate the 90th anniversary of Thai-Swiss diplomatic relations this year. We want to see this mutually beneficial partnership continue to grow. With these remarks, I wish this forum every success in advancing the RCP and BHR agenda and contribute to the realization of the SDGs and robust recovery of the region. I thank you.